You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, y'all. Salute everybody tapping in. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in here. And we definitely gonna talk about this right now. And this is the breaking news that has come out overnight about Nolan Wells. And thank God, it seems like we could potentially be getting closer to getting the answers that we all want and need, so we can stop this madness that's going on and actually get to the truth about what the hell is going on and what the direction of this entire situation is. Um, so basically, you guys, what's going on is that Nolan Wells, according to reports from TMZ, his state autopsy results are officially ready. They've officially been completed. Um, Now, the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office has officially completed the state autopsy for Nolan Wells, but the results have not been publicly released, and I'm going to tell you why. So, state officials have confirmed that the report was completed and officially transmitted to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, right? You guys let me know if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Let me get a mic check in here, man. Now, the status of the autopsy reports, basically, I want to tell you guys all of this stuff. So basically, the reason why it's under wraps, right? The autopsy reports, right? Um, is because under Mississippi law, the complete investigative file must remain confidential until it is presented to a grand jury. The grand jury will evaluate the autopsy and law enforcement findings to decide if criminal charges should be filed. Now, basically, the family civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, confirmed that even the Wells family has not been yet permitted to see the state's finalized report, right? And because the family expressed their lack of confidence in the local investigation, they had a private autopsy done, but that couldn't be completed because the state autopsy took priority, right? Now, now, here's the thing, right? The state's official autopsy and the toxicology report, when that's ready, will remain sealed, legally sealed, and will not be publicly released until the complete investigation file is presented to the grand jury. Now, District Attorney Angel Myers McLearf confirmed that the standard protocol dictates all evidence, witness interviews, and medical testing are withheld from the public and the family to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation until a grand jury decides if the criminal charges apply to that case. Now, because the state medical examiner's office officially completed and transmitted the final autopsy report to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the standard toxicology screenings have already been finalized, right? Officials had previously stated the overall autopsy report has held up specifically while waiting for these results. Let me say this again. I want to repeat that again, right? Because the state medical examiner's office officially completed and transmitted the final autopsy report to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the standard toxicology screenings, they've already been finalized. Officials had previously stated the overall autopsy report was held up specifically while waiting for these results. So they got the toxicology and they got the autopsy, y'all. And this is going to tell everything. This is going to tell everything. That toxicology, man. So while Crump and them don't have theirs, yet, The state got theirs. Why do the state got theirs? And this is right around a normal, uh, you know, this is right around a normal time for the state to get their toxology. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. If you look at overall cases, it took this was the timeline, right? Let me give you a perfect example. I keep going back to the death of Lil Jon's son, right? To give y'all an example, to give you a footprint of what I'm talking about and how that works. So let me give you Lil Jon's son for you guys who don't know. R.I.P. Lil Jon's son, man. Lil Jon's son, Nathan Smith, was 27 years old. He was a rapper, right? He was found unalive and drowned in a pond nearby his home, right? But he was at home and somehow he ended up found unalive in the pond, right? So on February the 3rd of this year, he was found missing, right? So he was reported missing after running out of his home in Milton, Georgia. And authorities noted that he left his phone behind and appeared to be highly disoriented, right? So 3 days later, they found his body in a pond, right? So that investigation took until February the 27th. So that was 3 weeks pretty much, 21 days, right? I want to say, right? The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office officially ruled that death an accident, you guys, right? I want y'all to understand this, right? After that time, because they got the toxicology and everything back. So that's right around, like right now, because remember the parents said, yo, it's been 27 days yesterday, right? So everybody's like, why is it taking so long? This is the normal time, because I looked at other cases too. So this is the normal time to get the toxology and the, you know, and the autopsy. So, but here's the thing: Nolan Wells' case has more layers to it than Lil Jon's son's case. So this is probably why it's taking a little bit longer with the investigation side, because the autopsy and the toxology tells you how he died. The investigation, being that they have the autopsy and toxicology, their investigation will lean off of that, off of whatever their final results are in that toxicology and that autopsy. So if they have in that toxicology and in the autopsy foul play, well then they could be investigating a whole situation behind the scenes we don't know about. And then it ends up like the Celeste Rivas case, where they present it to a grand jury and the grand jury brings forth all of these charges and all this information. And then next thing you know, boom, it's on TV. And they have a press conference and they're saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have found this, or we didn't find this, and we have done this, and bleep, 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 bleep. That's how it works. See, everybody's upset because they want this shit microwave, but that's not how this works. And I'm showing you Lil Jon's son's case so that you guys can see why it is a delay like this in this situation, right? Because even in Lil Jon's son's case, and that his son's case was eerie, because read down at the bottom of your screen on February 27th. That's 21 days after they found his body. Did they get back his autopsy and his toxology? Because read what it says in the last paragraph. On February 27, 2026, the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office officially ruled the death an accident, and the autopsy report confirmed that he drowned, and a toxicology test revealed the presence of a substance in his system that caused him to just hallucinate and just go off. And then he ended up leaving out his house without no shoes on, everything, wandering off, and then falling into a pond and drowning. That's how Lil Jon's son died. So he drowned, right? But what was the reason behind him even getting there? The toxicology showed that he had a what you call it, in his system, because he had took us. Now, guess what they didn't do? They didn't show us, hey man, did they go investigate how he got that? They didn't do that, right? But this case right here is so powerful, we don't know what the hell they doing. So now that they've actually got they got his toxicology and they got his autopsy back. Now this is all investigation. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. The reason why I believe that there's something big going on behind the scenes, and I can't put my hand on it. I can't put my hand on it, but it's something big going on behind the scenes right now. Is because if this was just an accidental death, from their ruling, they would have already released this shit to the public as soon as the toxicology and the autopsy came back. Something's going on behind the scenes. If there's nothing to investigate now that the autopsy's done, they would have already released that to the public. Something's going on behind the scenes. So everybody's sitting up here acting like, oh, they're not doing it, they're not doing it. Man, they got the FBI on this shit, bro. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you guys. If this was a simple drowning, they would have already released the autopsy results and the toxicology to everybody and said, look, it's an accidental death. There's no investigation to be had. You know why? Because in those cases, the only way that cases do not get sent to a grand jury is if they off top have the guaranteed cause of death, no question about it, without any foul play involved. And I'm going to tell you this right now, without any foul play or anything else. If his autopsy came out and the toxicology came out right now, that it was just, that's why I'm telling y'all something going on behind the scenes, because they are going to present all of this to a grand jury. Now, let me see, this is why you come to my channel, because I'm going to give you the truth. I'm not going to tell y'all a fucking lie and do all this shit these other people are doing who have no ethics, no moral ethics or standard online. It's disgusting, right? That's why I told y'all, sometimes patience is a virtue, because something's going on behind the scenes. Now, people, I'm telling y'all this now. Once again, you can use other cases as a gateway. For example, when Lil Jon's son died, he drowned. Guess what happened, you guys? Why didn't that case get sent to a grand jury? Because his cause of death was open and shut. His cause of death was open and shut. So after 21 days, they announced his official ruling of death, because his case was open and shut. He took something, it made him hallucinate. He went out of his house barefoot, wandered off, fell into a pond, and drowned and lost his life. Autopsy result, toxicology, boom, came out 21 days later. They released it to the public and gave his cause of death, right? But in cases like Nolan Wells, if this was the case, see, the only reason, let me explain this to y'all, because I need people to listen, because y'all need to understand what I'm saying, right? So the district attorney, Angel Myers McGrath, confirmed that standard protocol dictates that all evidence, witness interviews, and medical testing are withheld from the public and the family to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation until a grand jury decides if criminal charges are going to apply, meaning that they're not even telling the family in this case, because they don't want Ben Crump and the family to come public and jeopardize something they're investigating. That's why I told y'all something going on behind the scenes. Yeah, you better believe there's something going on, because they got the toxicology and they got the effing, think about this, and theirs will come back first because they examined the body first. So they got theirs back and they didn't release it to the public. It should tell you something. Something's going on behind the scenes right now. Let's keep going. So you have a sealed package. The toxicology findings are bundled directly into the compiled state file. So like a structural autopsy, they're hidden under the grand jury seal and will not be split or released early to the general public. Right? Right? Also, right? There's no official time frame when they're going to release that file to the grand jury. Why is that? You know why that is? It's an ongoing investigation. Why is it an ongoing investigation if Nolan Wells' death was accidental? Now that they have the autopsy and that they have the toxicology report back. Everybody say they're not doing their job. They're doing something. Because trust when I tell you this. If he had an accidental drowning and that's it, there was nothing else, they will release the toxicology and the autopsy, official autopsy today. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So they're going to hand the case over to a grand jury, right? So basically, what is delaying the grand jury presentation, you guys? Well, the digital forensics. The family's legal team, they issued new subpoenas to major tech companies, including Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Life360, to recover potentially deleted messages and account histories from the day that Nolan Wells disappeared, right? So here's the thing, too. Them having that phone and the state not having the phone kind of slows up the investigation, but they're going to share, and they say they all are going to unlock the phone together. So I'm thinking that they're getting that done right now, where they're all together, the FBI, the state, Nolan Wells family, and their lawyers, and they all come together to unlock that phone so they can all see what's inside that phone together, right? Now let's keep going. Also, the independent data reviews. The independent forensic experts are actively reviewing the external physical evidence, including, right, the ocean tide patterns around Horn Island and, right, the real raw audio from that boat. Not the one that was doctored and altered and put on YouTube, the one that TMZ shared and other people shared that's 20 seconds longer with a different digital footprint. I try to tell y'all this. Also, right, the district attorney, they're not slowing their feet because of, just dragging their feet, right? They're trying to make sure that they get all the investigation before they bring forth what they got. This is the same as the Celeste Rivas case. I'm telling you this. Remember, all these people came out and said, oh, they're not going to do anything about Celeste Rivas. And then they came out and dropped an Ethernet bomb on David Head with all that evidence. It takes you a while. Listen, I'm going to say this again. Anybody got common sense? You have to have brains. There was damn near 300 to 400 people out there that day. Don't you know that how long it takes to investigate, find out everybody that was out there, question everybody that was out? Think about this, y'all. If you question one person each day and it was 400 people outside, that'd be 400 days. That's over a year. If you investigate 2 people every day, question them that was out there. Out of the 4, let's say it's 400 people. Let's just say it was 300 people. And you question 2 of them every day. That's 150 days of questioning. Business days of questioning. That ain't happening overnight, Jack. Following up. Come back. Question again. Check everybody's statements. People think that shit happens overnight. I'm just being realistic and honest with y'all. Right? So, once the Jackson County Sheriff's Office puts that bundle together, you guys, and completes that police file, the state autopsy and the digital forensics, right? That whole package will be handed over to the district attorney, right? And then the grand jury, they'll have a meeting behind closed doors. And they'll put all that evidence together. And they'll see if they can charge or who they can charge if that is applicable in this case. Right? Now, presenting his case, right, to the grand jury, I want to talk to you guys about this, right? Right? Because a lot of people need to understand this. A lot of people need to understand this, right? So, in Jackson County, Mississippi, presenting an unexplained death to a grand jury is standard procedure, you guys. So the district attorney, they noted basically that in their office, they routinely present every single death in the county to a grand jury, with only two exceptions, you guys. Death by verified natural causes and non-criminal car accidents. Meaning, if you crash your car and you pass away on your own, or if it's verified that you died from natural causes. So because Nolan was found unalive in the water, his death is classified as an unnatural or suspicious by death default, right? By default, basically suspicious death by default. That's how it's classified right now. So therefore, it automatically triggers them to send that information to a grand jury review under local protocol, regardless of what the detectives personally believe happened, right? So the detectives, they don't have no control over if it gets grand juried or not. That's why Ben Crump is so important. When you have guys like Officer Tatum coming around here running his Rudy Poo candy ass mouth, talking about some, why go get Ben Crump? Nigga, no, who the hell asked you? What do you have to do in this case? Why are you interjecting yourself in this investigation? You are not a cop no more. Why are you interjecting yourself in something that ain't got nothing to do with you? Why are you worried about it? Right? Why are you worried about it? You telling the family everything they need to do, and you ain't even got nothing to do with the case. You ain't no officer. You ain't on the scene. You don't got shit to do with the case. And if you listen, they already told you why they went and got Ben Crump. They didn't respect the answer they got. So why is this dude sniffing and scratching around the fucking case? Why is Tatum so worried about this case? He's talking about somebody doing it for financial, whatever he say, but what is he doing it for? Is he not going on YouTube, making videos that's going viral himself? Is he not interjecting himself and being on the news all the time? I'll ether that nigga. Anytime he want to debate, he'll get ethered. Because I asked him to his face, why you doing it? Because all I see you on TV acting like you some type of expert. You ain't got nothing to do with the case. You an ex-cop. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically, even though the presentation happens automatically by rule, the only legal function of a grand jury is to determine if criminal charges are going to be filed. The grand jury serves as an independent investigative body to answer two questions. One, did a crime occur? So meaning, is there evidence from watching the autopsy, the toxicology and all these other things? So did a crime occur? Yes or no? Right? Right? Is there evidence of involuntary manslaughter, reckless endangerment, or murder? Is there probable cause to charge someone? So the grand jury reviews the state autopsy, toxicology, social media data, the boat distress call, and all other evidence that has been pertaining to this case, right? They'll then issue an indictment, which is called a true bill. If they determine it was a tragic accident drowning with no criminal liability, they'll issue a no bill and the case will be closed, right? So this is why I tell y'all, what in the blue hell does Tatum have to do with this? Nigga, you're not top flight security. This nigga acting like top flight security, man. I heard his stream last night. It's easy to cook this nigga. He easy to get cooked. I heard his stream last night. And the stuff this dude was saying, man, I want y'all to think about this. Tatum is not even privy to the state. Nobody is privy to the state's information. How is Tatum, this nigga acting like he top flight? This nigga run around here with no badge and a flashlight. What you gonna do, shine somebody, nigga? You ain't got no access to the private information in this case. And if you do, it's illegal, Tatum. Right? If you do, it's illegal. So why is he running around here acting like he top flight security of the world on a job? Right? Yeah, man. And I'm going to put my life on the line for this. You know you got to shine somebody. It's crazy. That dude was talking real greasy last night. And I'm like, yo, I'm just sitting back thinking like, bro, what does this dude have to do with the test? With the investigation. What do we have? He don't have no part in this case. He telling the parents what they need to do. Nigga, you are not a cop. You are an ex-cop. Tatum, if you wanted to be a cop, why did you leave the force? Top flight Tatum. That's right. If you wanted to be a cop, why did you leave the force? You supposed to still be out in the field. If that's what you want to do. But you want to go get involved in a case that got nothing to do with you, brother. And you're not privy to any other private information. You sitting over here talking about, yeah, I interviewed this, I interviewed that. Man, ain't nobody want to hear none of that shit, bro. The case file is sealed, brother. So how can you come out and tell anybody about a case where you ain't even seen the file? Tatum, you ain't seen the file. So top flight Tatum, you said a whole lot in that stream you did last night. You was talking shit about Ben Crump, talking about you want to, it was possible you was going to sit across from Ben Crump. That's all you want to do, nigga. You kept talking about financial gain and all this other stuff from guys coming in. Why are you involved, Tatum? All I've seen Tatum doing is making YouTube videos, going viral and putting his head everywhere, all over the news, all over these stations. So why are you doing that, Tatum? Because you seem like you getting publicity from this. Right? This guy right here, man, I'm trying to tell y'all this. And this dude was a cop. Think about what I'm telling y'all now. So this is an officer that's supposed to uphold the law on a fair bearing. But what does he do? He comes in this case and he leans toward the whole other side. Those some good boys, man. Cause see, I seen the messages. I seen this. Nigga, so you got information the cops don't got? Tatum, you got information that the police don't got. Is that what you're saying? This dude right here, bro. And then once again, he is not privy to none of the sealed files. That's why I'm telling y'all, all these people that's telling y'all on YouTube, man, I know what happened. They're all liars. They don't know what happened. I'm telling y'all this. Listen, the investigation can come out, y'all, and it'd be completely something different than what we thought. Meaning, it could be a completely different group of people. Think about what I just said. It could be nothing. But it could be a completely different group of people. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Because why? The file is sealed. So why is Top Flight Tatum running around here acting like this nigga acting like he's still in the field? He's an ex-cop. If he wanted to investigate, why not get back in the field? Oh, that's right. The YouTube life, was it more lucrative, Tatum? Since you sat up there and talked about, every time you talk about Ben Crump, you talk about money. But did you care about protecting and serving so much, Tatum, that you stopped protecting and serving to do what, Tatum? To come to YouTube and do what, Tatum? Get what? To get more money? I heard what you said, dog. See, you fool all these other people around here. You don't fool me, man. I know what time it is, bro. You sat up there, you try to demonize Ben Crump. I saw what you did. You gonna question why the family didn't get a local lawyer. Nigga, who is you? This nigga running around here acting like he Joe Jackson. Like he controls shit. He running around here acting like Joe Jackson. Like he control everything. Yeah, why didn't they get a local? Why didn't they get a local lawyer? They ain't want to get a local lawyer. This nigga all up in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Top Flight Tatum, man. And he gonna come on the internet and tell that family who they need to hire. You ain't telling white boys who to hire. You didn't tell none of the white fellas who to hire, man. Cut it out. If you're gonna be an ex-cop, shouldn't you be fair and impartial to both sides? To both the white and the black men? Because Tatum, all you've done is tear down the black men. You haven't been impartial. If you were impartial, Tatum, you would have said, you know what, y'all? We haven't seen the hidden files yet. It's a close, because you were a cop, so you know how this works. We have not seen the sealed files, you guys. It's a sealed investigation. We should wait until the investigation comes out and we'll see what happens. That's not what you're doing. You're coming out here demonizing the family, but praising and propping up these other guys you don't even know. You talk to them dudes for 2 days. And you talking about Ben Crump came for money. But let me ask you a question, Tatum. Did you monetize those videos where you interviewed those boys? Or did you turn the monetization off? Did you monetize every single video that you have done on this case? And you know another thing I noticed, Tatum? When you're doing your videos talking about this case, you're shouting out liquor companies and all this other stuff. Are you not getting money from that? From those ads? And that deal you got with those people? But you sitting over here talking about Ben Crump and money all the time. Did you donate any money? Since you so interested, Top Flight Tatum, have you donated any money? Since you getting all that money hand over fist from them videos you putting out, have you donated any of that money to find the reward of who or who could be potentially responsible for the death of Nolan Wells? If anybody was responsible, did you do that? Or you just on YouTube talking and stacking checks yourself, and you gonna talk about Ben Crump? Think about this. This man ain't even being impartial. At least y'all, when y'all hear me, these motherfuckers get mad at me on YouTube because I say, hey man, y'all need to fall back and wait and see what happens. Tatum is taking a side. Tatum was a black ex-cop that's taking a side. Everything he do, he argue against the Wells family. Everything. Think about that, y'all. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. He questioned everything the Wells family does. Like he got inside information. This nigga don't got no inside information. He's not involved in the case. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. And all these other people used to be trying to do the same thing Tatum be doing. And that's why these cases be going crazy. I'm telling y'all this. And Nancy Grace don't fool me. I remember that shit she said about Carmelo Anthony. And she still ain't corrected on that. Nancy Grace don't get no grace from me. Nancy Grace fool y'all. She do one thing and cover up all the other shit she did to Carmelo Anthony doing 35 years in a box. She still ain't talked about that sworn affidavit where it was revealed that Austin and Hunter Metcalf were arrested for racist graffiti. Why her and Megyn Kelly ain't talked about that? I wonder why. But y'all want to give her a pass and praise her and lift her. She ain't getting no lift up around here. But back to what I was saying about Top Flight Tatum. As Top Flight Tatum, all he did was talk about Ben Crump and money. But he ain't talking about the money he's made off covering this case. How much money has Tatum made off doing all the things he's done with this case? Ask yourselves that question. He want to talk about Ben Crump and money. But why is he interjecting himself in this case? And then monetized on that. Pete, what I just told y'all now. Ask Tatum, did he turn off the monetization when he interviewed those boys? When he interviewed those boys, did he turn off the monetization or did he get all that money? Ask Tatum, all the videos he did on that boy, since he said he cared that much, and he's trying to, did he donate to the cause to try to figure out what happened? Once again. And you wonder why the family don't trust nobody. Them boys giving you information and not giving it to the family. You bragging about how they giving you information. That's what Tatum said. Right? And then you all, oh, well, they tried to do this, try to do that. Bro, you didn't even talk to the family and find out the family side. So you doing partial investigation, sir. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. Emergency no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You said grand jury here is coming out the preliminary. That's not how it works. What happens is this. You have the autopsy results back now. They have the toxicology results now. So they got all those results. I'm fit to tell you how it happens. They got the toxicology, the state. I'm talking about the state now. They have the toxicology and they have the autopsy. What they're going to do is they look at the autopsy, the official autopsy. They look at the official toxicology and they say, okay, this is what this says. So what the autopsy and the toxicology do, it gives you a roadmap and helps you even more on where your investigation could be headed, right? So because the toxicology and the autopsy does what? It shows you the manner and cause of death. So now that you see the cause of death, let's say Nolan Wells, for example, the family says that the autopsy is incomplete, right? Listen to what I said to y'all. So they can't tell whether he was unalived or whether he died accidentally, right? But the state got the body first. So the state's autopsy is going to be more thorough. Their toxicology is going to be better, right? So here's the thing, right? Once the state get that back, the autopsy and the toxicology, which they have now they can key their investigation because they know how he died. They know whether he died in water or out of water, right? They know how he died now, right? Now, peep game. The manner of how he died shows where their investigation is going right now behind the scenes. The thing is, nobody knows how he died. This is the reason why I told people on YouTube, shut the F up. Stop slandering people because none of you know. Not me, not Top Flight Tatum, not nobody knows how Nolan Wells passed away. Nobody knows. Mississippi knows. Right now they know because the autopsy and the toxicology have been released. They know if he died by drowning or if he died before going in to that water. And that will guide how they investigate this entire case. Peep game now. That changes everything because once again, nobody knows how he passed away. And the state, they're not giving Crump the results. They're not giving anybody their results because it's held under wraps until they present it to the grand jury, right? So they can tell Crump, they'll tell him, hey, we're making progress, we're doing this. And what happens is that once they have completed, so now that they've got the toxicology and they've got the autopsy, it gives them a roadmap on where their investigation is geared to, right? Think about this, y'all. How can I investigate somebody if I don't know how he died? This is why I'm telling people on YouTube, stop saying that somebody did something to that boy and y'all don't even know how he died. None of y'all have even seen the official autopsy report. So you don't know how he died. We have to at least see how this brother died first to understand. Oh, shit, that's what happened? This what happened? Now it gives you a roadmap, sort of like Google Maps. It gives you a roadmap on where you need to go and where you need to look. So everybody that they've investigated, questioned, and all these other things, now when that autopsy come back, that toxicology come back, now I can sift through who told us what is credible, what is pertinent, and what we need to focus on, right? Don't nobody want to hear about no card reader later. I don't believe in that. That's demonic work. That's witchcraft. Get her ass out of here. She's not admissible in the court of law. She's not admissible in the court of law. Top Flight Tatum is not admissible in a court of law. He is a former cop. And y'all need to ask Tatum. Everybody's listening to this video. Y'all need to ask Tatum. Tatum, you keep talking about Ben Crump and money. But what are you getting out of this? Are you not getting paid from all your YouTube video views? Did you get paid for YouTube on those video views that you did when you interviewed those boys? Are you not getting more exposure by being all over the news all these times that you on here? Because you seem happy. Period. No, it's not to slow Crump up. It's not to be sealed from Crump. It has to be. It's legally, they have to do that. I'm telling y'all this. Everybody, y'all want to know the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you on my channel. They have to. They can't tell nobody. That's why I told y'all, Tatum is running around here acting like top flight security of the world, and he's not privy to the files. Nobody is. It's a sealed case. The family's not even privy to see those files until they present it to a grand jury. Let me give y'all a perfect example. Celeste. Look at this Celeste Rivas case. Her family is finding out now all of this shit that was in that filing. Even though I think that her family should be arrested because guess what, y'all? Guess what was revealed in the findings? Her family signed off on a 14-liter flying to the UK. When I say leader, I mean youngin'. How the hell you sign off on a 14-liter flying across the country with a grown-ass man? But they're finding out, so that's why they're even more devastated because they're finding out all the details that were of the investigation. Why they can't tell y'all? They can't tell you because it might jeopardize or tip off one of the witnesses or tip off somebody that they're trying to find. Because think about this, y'all. Let's say they are trying to find somebody, right? And that person may be in hiding. If they tip off information, everybody go public, then you let everybody know I'm looking for you, boom. Then that helps that person get away. So they have to be quiet. So the parents, they have to shield the parents from this stuff sometimes. And tell them, look, we're working on it. We can't really tell you right now what's going on, right? But because of the nature of this situation, they had to seal everything, man. Right? But what Ben Crump is doing, he's got his own investigators because they want to put pressure. And that's why I told y'all Ben Crump, and Tatum needs to understand this. The reason why Ben Crump is important is because Ben Crump independent investigators are forcing everybody to do their job correctly. This is how you know they have to do their job correctly because Ben Crump got his own personal investigators on the case. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, common sense in our world is not common to have no more. It's not common. Ben Crump, and I'm going to say it again, Ben Crump doing what he did was the best thing that happened because it put all those people on notice. The whole world is watching you. Now, everything you do has to be 100% by the book. And guess what, y'all? If they rushed an investigation, everybody would be pissed off. This is the thing I'm telling y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm giving you honest assessments. If the state rushed the investigation, everybody said, that's a bullshit investigation y'all had. They take their time and do a thorough investigation. Everybody mad. Oh, y'all trying to drag y'all feet. Make your mind up, people. Make your mind up, people. Do y'all want a thorough investigation or do y'all want some rinky-dink bullshit? Which is why I tell y'all that top flight Tatum coming in here, all he doing is talking about Ben Crump. Ben Crump. He got an infatuation with talking about Ben Crump. But Tatum, are you making money from what you're doing in it? What is your purpose in this case, Tatum? You're not privy to the case file. Nobody on YouTube is privy to the case file. All these niggas on YouTube are guessing. Every one of them. You know why? Because nobody knows how Nolan Wells died. That's facts. You know why? Because nobody's seen his autopsy and his toxology. Nobody in the general public have seen his official, and I'm talking about when they first got that body, nobody's seen the official autopsy and toxicology reports, except for the people who are investigating the case. Think about what I just said. So how can Tatum or anybody else claim to have any information when this man don't even know what they're investigating? And once again, if he does know anything, then that is illegal. And that entire state of Mississippi is in big shit. Period. No, Crump did it right. To the person who asked me, should Crump have waited, Crump has done everything right. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Crump is the modern day Johnny Cochran, bro. I'm telling y'all this shit. Crump has done everything right because what Tatum and these guys won't tell y'all is that this is why I be telling everybody on my channel, stop running around here like fools talking about somebody murdered somebody. No. Let Crump do his job. He know what he doing, bro. Y'all are messing it up for him by saying that. You know why? Because the families of these other boys are coming back and saying, oh, because Crump is saying what he's saying, they're running around here calling our kids murderers. People need to sit down and shut up sometimes. They're doing way too much for clicks and views. Let Crump do his job. Crump know what he's a lawyer. He know what he's doing. So what Crump is doing is he's systematically making sure that they stay on the job and do it correctly in front of the world. Crump has done what he's supposed to do. He sounded the alarms. He's been consistent. He's made sure that at the highest level, people have paid attention to these cases. And what else did Crump do yesterday? He moved the pieces on the chessboard because not only did he had Nolan Wells' family come up with those two other families who were dealing with. So now you're bringing attention to other people's families who would not have had that attention. Sometimes black folks got to be patient because in the end, it's all going to come out. And I keep telling people this. And y'all don't know what is going on behind them scenes. Tatum don't know. So when he say anything about, every time y'all watch Tatum videos, anytime he say something about Ben Crump and money, ask Tatum, what is he getting out of this? Ask Tatum, did he monetize every video he's done about this Carmelo Anthony case? I mean, not Carmelo Anthony, about this case right here with Nolan Wells. Ask him. Ask Tatum to open his books and show how much money he has made since he's covered this Nolan Wells case. You don't think Tatum knew if he went down to Mississippi and got interviews from them boys, they would get millions and millions of views across all these social media outlets? But he gonna talk about Ben Crump. But I turn on the TV and Tatum's all over everywhere. What do he have to do with the case? What do he have to do with this case? He interjected himself in this case. Ben Crump did not interject himself in this case. Ben Crump was retained by the family. Pete, what I'm saying now, Tatum interjected himself in the case. Ben Crump, and to the person who says this, I'm going to ether you on this too. See, y'all easy to beat. You guys are easy to beat. He says, Crump is a civil lawyer. Yes, he's a civil lawyer. Trump, and here's the thing. You said he's not a criminal lawyer. You're right. And guess what? Crump has never stated that a crime was committed. Asshole light dude. See how I'm gonna ether you right now? Y'all niggas ain't on my level mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically. You're not on my level, boy. You know why? Ben Crump has never accused anybody from day one of a crime. The only thing Ben Crump says, we want a fair, impartial investigation. We understand how the law works down here, and we understand the dynamics down here in Mississippi. And then let me say this. Ain't nobody talking about some I sound ignorant. I'm going to cook your ass right now. I'm going to stir fry you. You said civil. You're not listening to what I said, boy. See, here's the thing you got to understand. Just because you are a civil attorney doesn't mean that you came in here for a civil case. Ben Crump is also what you call a civil rights leader, sucker. You know what that means? That means in situations like this, yeah, he's a civil attorney, but he's a civil right leader. You ain't gonna do shit? I'm gonna block your bitch ass. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You gone. Be gone. Out of my presence. See how you ether these dudes when they come in here and run their mouth and don't know the hell they talking about? Ben Crump is not only a civil attorney, he is a civil rights activist, leader, right? Meaning, when situations like this happens, Ben Crump is on the scene to do what, y'all? To make sure people get justice. And guess what? Ben Crump has not sued every single time that he has taken on these cases. He hasn't. He has come in and literally been what we call a liaison, a leader, to help get justice for families. If a lawsuit pops up and the family wants to sue, then they can use Ben Crump. But as a civil rights leader, see, that's the part that Tatum, top flight Tatum, he'll never want to get in no room with me. I'm telling y'all, I'm mentally on a whole different level than all these cats. Spiritually and everything that come with it. He can't talk that talk to me. Because he ain't on my level. He got all them subscribers and he ain't on my level mentally. Ben Crump is a civil rights leader. He will go down in history, not just as a civil attorney, but as a civil rights leader. Rights. You understand that? That means standing up for black folks. That means a leader in the community. That means when it's shit like this, he frontlining. It ain't always about money. See, that's the part, top flight Tatum, he'll never get in a debate with me because I'll stir fry his ass. Because I can show him plenty of examples where Ben Crump came in and it was no lawsuit. He just came in to help the family get justice, to help expose, right, the injustices that's going on. Because if he was a civil right, the only time you will see him is when it's time to get a lawsuit. Pete, what I said to y'all now, Ben Crump can't hire himself. He can't hire himself, right? The family can go hire a whole different lawyer if they want. They don't have to hire Ben Crump. But they understand the dynamics and how Ben Crump comes in and the influence that he has to get everybody to pay attention. See how easy it is to cook these clowns? That's why I told y'all, these dudes don't want to get on my level. That's why I told everybody on YouTube, stop saying this foolishness y'all saying on y'all channels, because what y'all doing is you guys are putting Ben Crump in a stressful situation because Ben Crump is taking the heat like he's telling y'all it's a murder, and Ben Crump has never said that. Ben Crump only has said that he wants transparency and a complete investigation, thorough investigation. That's fair. And Ben Crump also said he was willing to deal with whatever the results were, as long as the investigation was fair. And the reason why he had questions is because the parents knew their son and they had questions. And to the people who said, so all these people that talk shit and say, oh, they only for money, ask Tatum, why did Tatum get involved in this case? If Tatum gonna talk about Ben Crump and money, ask Tatum, open his books and show how much money he's made on YouTube talking about this case. Because if it wasn't about the money, Tatum would have turned off his monetization talking about this case. Tatum probably has made more money than damn near anybody right now on this case. Look at all of the views. Look at all of the exposure. Look at everything Tatum's gotten from this case. But he want to talk about Ben Crump. Ben Crump is actually in the field. He actually has private investigators. Has Officer Tatum, top flight Tatum, hired any PIs to investigate the case? Has he used any of that money he's made to offer PIs or to hire personal investigators to investigate the case? Where all that money went? Ask Tatum, where's all that money he gonna get on his next YouTube check from all these videos he's done? Right? Think about what I said. See, y'all don't want to tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. Right? Ben Crump is not stupid. He's never gonna come out and say, hey man, they murdered that boy. Without evidence. But if he gets evidence, he gonna cook. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. That's why I told everybody, stop running on YouTube like a bunch of chickens with y'all head cut off. And just be patient. Ben Crump is on the case. Ben Crump is gonna go down in history. Legendary. That nigga's in his prime right. That nigga's like Michael Jordan in his prime right now. Ben Crump is in his bag right now. This is his legacy, my nigga. Right now. Right now, he's in his prime. He's in his legacy right now. Straight up. And guess what? Officer Tatum ain't nothing but the Utah Jazz. He gonna get his ass whooped every time he comes to the finals. Because that's what he really wants. He talked about it last night. He want to get on a debate with Ben Crump. He gonna get his ass cooked. He gonna get his ass. If he get up there with Ben Crump, he gonna get his ass cooked. You know Jordan went 6-0 in the finals. Ben Crump is gonna get, he is gonna give him that work. If Tatum go up there fucking with Ben Crump, it's over with. I'm telling you this. He talking about they trying to set it up now. I heard him say it in the stream last night. He better not take his ass over there with a flashlight. You go over there with that flashlight and that raggedy ass officer suit trying to shine somebody, and you gonna get cooked, Tatum. I'm telling you, bro. Because the people gonna ask you, open your books, Tatum. How much money has Tatum made off covering the Nolan Wells case? Ask yourselves this question. How much money has Tatum made? Tatum running ads on his videos. He doing promotions for liquor companies on his videos. Peep game now. It be always be the ones tell y'all somebody else is grifting, and they be the ones getting money. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all now. This man don't got no information that's in the actual case file. None. But he gonna come out here and tell y'all all about the case. Straight up. Straight up. All right, somebody else want to get cooked, right? All right, you says Ben Crump team didn't want to have that smoke. They denied it already. How much has the Nolan family made off Crump and Grifton? What do you mean the Nolan family? First of all, the Nolan family didn't need money. Well, let's get that straight right now. The mama was making damn near $200 a year. This is before this. They not out here begging people for money. They wasn't on welfare. They hadn't filed for bankruptcy. They were living comfortable before this. That's first and foremost. Secondly, the family didn't ask for their son to die. They didn't ask to be in this position. I'm going to cook your ass. So secondly, the family did not ask for their son to die and be put in this position. Thirdly, how can the parents tell? How could the parents know that people were going to donate that much money to help their cause? How could they know? Also, guess what, y'all? People don't work for free. People don't work for free. So to have your own independent investigators, to have people doing all these different things, you needed the money donated. That money is being used for all of these causes. Every day that goes by is another paid day. Don't you know them investigators probably making $150 a piece just to do this case? I don't think people understand that. They think that the parents just take money, put it in their pocket. That's not how it works, Jack. Let me tell y'all something. When you have people that donate, give, send, go, GoFundMe, they check those funds and where they're going. If the family misappropriates those funds, they'll go to prison. This is the thing they don't tell y'all about. When they ask for donations for a certain cause, it's called a paper trail, buddy. Ben Crump even told you yesterday they're using the money to pay those investigators. Right? And once again, let me eat to this other dude. Ben Crump don't get paid for every case he takes. I'm going to say it again. Ben Crump do not get paid off every case he takes. Bro, people be poor. A lot of these families Ben Crump take up for are poor. They don't got no money to pay Ben Crump, and Ben Crump ain't getting lawsuits off all of them. So make it make sense. This is why guys like Tatum and them, they're easy to beat. I would eat to this dude, easy work. Not even a question. Not even a question. Did Tatum get, I mean, excuse me, did Ben Crump get paid off the Raheem Carter case? Did he get paid off that? I'm asking y'all, did Ben Crump get paid off the Raheem Carter case? Nope. There was nothing to get paid from. Ben Crump has not gotten paid off every single. Now, there's certain situations where he'll sue, and that's his line of work. Right? But he's also a civil rights leader. See, everybody want to hold you under one title. He has many titles. And he's going down as a legendary figure in Black history. Period. This right here, this case right here, is the NBA championship for him. This is the world championship right here. This is the biggest of the biggest right here. And he is right here right now. And sometimes people do things for legacy. He understands what's at stake. Right? So when you look at him, and somebody say, well, you had that fool stutter. You can't be a fool and get through law school. You can't be a fool and be as rich as Ben Crump is. Ben Crump don't want $700 million lawsuits before. You can't be no dummy. So for you who said that in the comment section, right? For you who said that in the comment section, you can't be no fool and win the lawsuits that Ben Crump don't want, sir. Have you not followed Ben Crump? Ben Crump have won $700 million lawsuits. Oh, you talking about Tatum? Okay, my bad. You said, oh, I would have Tatum. Oh, okay, you said I have Tatum stutter. Oh, yeah, Tatum. Hey, listen, bro. Tatum don't know nothing about the case. If Tatum would tell me in a debate that he was privy to information in the case, I would go down there and I would have that entire Mississippi prosecuted because that's illegal. And then that would be a damn near $400 million lawsuit. Listen to what I try and tell y'all this. So Ben Crump, he understands his legacy is right here for him. He is in his prime and what he's doing. In his prime. Right? So y'all got to understand that. It's not always about the money, man. It's not always about, sometimes it's about that legacy. Right? What does your legacy say? Right? So when you want to be legendary and forever remembered for standing up for you and yours, right? And to the person who said he can't read, well, he got to be able to read contracts. He had to be able to read legal paperwork. He had to be able to read something. Because see, all y'all are here doing all this talking. Don't y'all know that Ben Crump has got way more money in litigations than any of you guys could ever imagine? Right? 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 See, I'm going to show y'all something. Because you guys just think that Ben Crump just, all right, this dude ain't thirsty for no bread, nigga. Ben Crump is not thirsty for bread. Don't y'all know that Ben Crump has had over billions of dollars that this man have won in lawsuits? Don't y'all know this? Y'all talk all this shit. Don't y'all know? Right? People, I'm telling y'all now. Right? So since y'all doing all this talking, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat for y'all today. These niggas think that Ben Crump is out here money. That nigga don't need no money. You know how much money he got already? He don't need no cheese. Ben Crump is filthy rich. Filthy. You don't get to be filthy rich by being a dummy. You don't. Right? See, Tatum, if he cares so much, why he stop being a cop and come on YouTube for what? Why would he do that? For money, right? Ask Tatum. Tatum, why did you do that? Did you do it for money? But see, they won't tell y'all this. This stuff I'm telling y'all, they won't tell y'all. But let's talk about it since y'all want to talk about it, right? Let's talk about it, right? Let's get right into it right here. We'll get right into it. So for all y'all, even what you call it, say, oh, Ben Crump can't even talk. That nigga talked enough to get that $779 million lawsuit. Read right here and y'all scream, you guys, right? So the Lewis Butler wrongful death verdict. Ben Crump won a $779 million lawsuit. Look at your screen. A Gadsden County jury awarded this historic wrongful death verdict to the family of Lewis Butler, a security guard who was killed during an armed robbery at a negligibly run Florida internet cafe. $779 million. But y'all say Ben Crump can't read. Okay. What about Ben Crump's Flint, Michigan water crisis lawsuit? $641 million. But this is a dude y'all say he can't read ticket. Shit, that nigga can read checks. Crump helped secure a massive class action settlement for the children affected by the lead contaminated drinking water in Flint, Michigan. $641 million. Let's keep going. Dwayne Washington truck incident. Ben Crump, the guy y'all say can't read, stuff, he ain't got something wrong with him. $411 million. A personal injury verdict won for a client who sustained severe catastrophic injuries on a major truck accident. Ben Crump, $411 million. That's over $1 billion right there. What is these dudes talking about? Banking while black discrimination cases. Ben Crump won over $200 million right there. He can't read, but he can read a paycheck. $200 million. A collection. So why y'all think that they scared when Ben Crump come around? If you potentially knew that you was going to come up off some real cheese, shit, you'll hate too. A collection of high-value settlements resolving widespread corporate and banking racial discrimination claims. So they act like Ben Crump's just out here talking. No, nigga, he ain't talking. He's showing action. Look at all this money this man have won for people off injustices. And they'll come out here and tell y'all some bull job. Oh, well, ticket, because see, I don't think this should have had Ben Crump. Are you a fool? And here's the thing. If anybody slip up, Ben Crump will see, this is why you want Crump. If anybody slipped up, that they ask Mr. Postman, Google employment discrimination, y'all. $50 million settlement. A major class action settlement resolving claims by black employees regarding systemic racist or racial disparities in hiring, pay, and advancement. Ben Crump went and got $50 million. But he can't read, right? Okay, cool. What about the prominent police misconduct and civil rights settlements? Let's talk about that. Top flight, Tatum. Randy Cox, police misconduct. Does Tatum ever talk about that? Let's talk about the Randy Cox police misconduct. Top flight, Tatum. Crump got $45 million in that. He secured on the behalf of a black man who was left paralyzed following an arrest in Connecticut, recognized as one of the largest police misconduct settlements ever. That's the dude y'all say can't read. Yeah, that's the dude y'all say can't read. Oh, yeah. George Floyd estate. Oh, come on now. Remember I told y'all? George Floyd estate. $27 million. Reached with the city of Minneapolis following George Floyd's murder by police officers, setting a milestone for a pretrial civil rights settlement. $27 million. Think about that. George Floyd family be rich forever. Shout out to Ben Crump. But y'all say he can't read, right? Well, he can't read. Okay. Breonna Taylor, $12 million reached with the city of Louisville following her fatal shooting by police executing a no-knock warrant. Come on, man. That nigga's really like that. And they sitting on here trying to tell y'all this dude's some type of bum. What's wrong with these people? Let's keep going, y'all. He's also represented Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Stephon Clark, Ahmaud Arbery, Tyree Nichols, and Sonia Massey. While exact payout figures remain confidential for some of those agreements, the firm has successfully closed over 200 police brutality cases and continues to manage high-value civil rights claims. This is the reason why they don't like Ben Crump. Why y'all think Top Flight Tatum is out of the blue coming off after Ben Crump? Make it make sense. Why is Top Flight Tatum out of the blue coming after Ben Crump? This is why. Read that last line again. His firm has successfully closed over 200. Ask Tatum about that. Police brutality cases. 200. I can make an argument Ben Crump is bigger than Johnny Cochran. All the cases that Ben Crump, Johnny Cochran, we know him most infamously for O.J. Simpson. Now, he had other big cases, but Ben Crump took Ben Crump is that nigga's going down as the GOAT. I'm telling y'all this right now. Ben Crump, we talking GOAT status right here, y'all. Civil rights leaders, civil attorney, he going down as a GOAT. Look at these names again, y'all. It don't get no bigger than this. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Stephon Clark, Ahmaud Arbery, Tyree Nichols, Sonia Massey. It don't get no bigger than this. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Randy Cox, and now Nolan Wells. And y'all wonder why they hating on him. When they know your resume and they know you ain't effing around, they'll do anything to tear you down. Peep game, y'all. Peep game. They'll do anything to tear you down. Right? I'm telling y'all this. Right? I'm telling y'all this. Right? Think about what I'm saying to everybody. So when you think about how he's clean house, and look at all his clients, bro, this dude's got the biggest of clients. He got the biggest of the biggest, right? Johnny Cochran resume don't even stack up to what Ben Crump has done. Let's just be honest, y'all. And that's why they don't like Ben Crump. Ben Crump is legend. That's why I be telling all these people on YouTube, they need to sit down and shut up. Stop messing up this man case. Because y'all are making people come after Ben Crump. When Ben Crump has not even said anything about a murder. All he said is that he wants justice in an independent, he wants, a thorough, right? He wants a thorough, right, fair, just investigation. But when you have YouTubers and these other people that are come out lying, talking about, oh yeah, man, they murdered them, y'all, they did this. Bro, we ain't even got that evidence yet. At least wait for the evidence to come out. They not even waiting. None of these people have seen the official case file. It's sealed. I told y'all this. Not even Tatum. That's why I told y'all that Tatum was full of shit. Tatum have not seen the official file. He haven't. How can anybody know what happened with Nolan Wells if we don't even know how he died? Make it make sense. You would be a fool. And that's why when people come on the internet and say, oh, Ticket, man, you a turn. No, I'm not. I'm smarter than you, nigga. You would be a fool. Think about this. To just run around saying somebody murdered somebody without evidence first. This is why Ben Crump is as successful as he is, because he understands how to move. He's not gonna come out here and say dumb shit and put himself in a bad situation where he can lose everything because of something he said. He's very intelligent. And that's why he said yesterday. Period. And to the person who says, why haven't they interviewed any of those boys? You don't know what they've done. See, this is the thing. You have to stop putting out lies. Stop listening to lies on the internet. Once again, and this is to you, T Money Up, with all due respect, brother, I want to say something to you, brother. I want everybody to listen to me. Please, just listen to what I'm saying. I don't want you to think that just listen to what I'm saying. My brother, we don't know who they've interviewed or not, brother. Let's be honest. None of us are privy to the information. If you have not been down to the police station, we don't know what the hell they've done. Ma'am, I'm sorry. I apologize. T Money Up. Ma'am, we don't know you have to stop listening to lying ass content creators, whether they white, black, or whatever. Stop listening to these liars. Anybody that tells y'all they know what's going on, they're a liar. Let me tell y'all why they're a liar. The family came on the internet and is telling y'all they want answers. They don't even know what's going on. So imagine this, y'all. If the family don't know what's going on and it's their son, how in the blue hell do anybody on YouTube know? Anybody on Facebook, TikTok, X? They don't know. I don't know. This is why I told y'all. Let Ben Crump cook. Sometimes you have to be able to trust people, y'all. And I trust Ben Crump. Why? Because he's been through it and he got the scars to prove it. Ben Crump has done everything he's supposed to do. He came in, he sounded the alarms. He put a flashlight and exposed that, hey man, this ain't going right. Then what happens? The FBI comes in. The U.S. attorney comes in. All these other people come in now. Now he's got national attention on this case. Now they have to do everything by the book. Ben Crump has already done 80% of his job. All we have to do now is wait and see what they come out with. Then, once they unleash that evidence that they have sealed, now everybody can talk from an educated standpoint. Because now we see what's out here in the general public, what's been in them files. Because we don't even know what's being investigated. Guess what else we don't know, y'all? We don't even know if they've made arrests. Everybody talking, we don't even know if they've made arrests secretly. We don't know. Motherfuckers just talking on YouTube. Right? To the person who says, you assuming they weren't going to without Crump, I didn't say that. I'm saying to you, the family felt uncomfortable with the way the investigation was going. Ben Crump just had a case in Mississippi just the other year where they lied and talked about the boy died, right, on an accidental death. Ben Crump comes and gets involved and they find that they chopped the boy's you know what off. Go look it up. Raheem Carter. When I tell you that Ben Crump know what he's doing, he know what he's doing. So this is why I be telling people, stop listening to the, oh, for real, that's what happened. You a damn lie. Sit down and shut. Y'all doing, all these people doing this for views. And I'm telling y'all, it was going to be one day that people got tired of shit and they're going to come sue their ass. And I told y'all, that white dude, he ain't playing, man. They coming to sue these people and take their content. They think that, oh, they ain't going to do nothing to me. Okay, cool. And when they take their shit, watch them niggas start crying and shit. And they gonna be, when they got to go back and start working at McDonald's, they're going to be crying. I'm telling y'all this. The information in this case is sealed. Nobody on the internet, not me, not anybody else, not Top Flight Tatum, none of these people, they can't tell you nothing. Guess why? The parents can't even tell you nothing. The mama's up there begging for help. How do anybody on YouTube know something and the boy's mama and daddy don't know nothing? Ding, 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 ding. They don't even know how their son died. But you got people out here talking about a murder and none of these information is coming out, right? So the person says speculate. No, that's the thing. When you speculate, you put yourself in legal trouble. Why? Let me tell you, and let me give you honest assessment. Because this is not a public figure. So when you're dealing with private figures, the bar for defamation is extremely low. Meaning, if you come on the internet and say, "Hey, man, I allegedly think they killed him," or you put up a warning sign that says, "Warning: everything in my channel is alleged," that don't mean shit. Because once you say I'm giving my opinion or allegedly, if you imply that this person murdered this person, boom, that's defamation. And for a private citizen, the bar is low. All he got to do is take your video and your screenshot of your channel and go get a private investigator, get your real name, take you to court and sue you for everything you got. They'll find out your tax returns, find out how much money you got, and sue you for everything you got. If you don't believe me, ask a lawyer. Any lawyer will tell you worth their salt. Ticket is not lying. A private citizen easily can sue. It's way easier for a private citizen than it is for public figures because public figures ask to be in the spotlight. Private citizens don't. Think about what I just told y'all, right? So that's why I told y'all, you keep talking about speculate. No, you cannot speculate because guess why? The evidence has not been released in the case. I don't think y'all understand this. The evidence has not been released in the case. And everybody keeps talking about, oh, well, why is it taking so long? This is what happens with investigations. I told y'all this. Once again, I'm going to tell y'all this one more time. Rapper Lil Jon had a son. His son's name was Nathan Smith. His son left home and disappeared on February the 3rd of this year. They found the son 3 days later dead in a pond. He drowned. They found him dead in a pond without no shoes or nothing. They said, what the hell happened? How did he get to the pond? Come to find out, after February the 6th, they found him 3 days later. 21 days later, on February the 27th, they found his body. Not found his body, the autopsy and the toxicology came back. It took 21 days. And when they got the toxicology, because think about this, without the toxicology and without the autopsy, people would have thought, hey man, somebody had to kill that boy. How did he get from his house to and drown in a pond? That's not what happened. Once the autopsy and the toxicology came back, it showed that boy had taken something and it made him hallucinate. He went crazy and walked out the house and just started wandering off, going crazy, fell in the water, right? And drowned. Period. And when they found him, nobody knew how he died. But guess how they found out how he died? From his toxicology, because they found out what was in his system that caused him to do what he did. Right? They found out what caused him to be disoriented and fall off in that water and die. Go look it up. It was one of the saddest stories I've ever read. Right? So when they talk about this, shout out to the person in the comment section who says, they said their co-workers say I'm correct. You damn right I'm right. And these people on YouTube are insane. But a lot of them doing it because they broke and they need the YouTube money. I'm telling you this. And they don't understand. When that white dude come and he sue all their ass, they think because they're a YouTube ain't got no money, they ain't gonna get sued. Let me tell you something. When Cardi B won a lawsuit, Cardi B is a public figure. It's hard for a public figure to win a lawsuit against a YouTuber. Ladies and gentlemen, not only Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B won lawsuits against YouTubers in a 2-year span. These people think this shit is a game. And the YouTuber they won, one of them, they ain't no millionaire. That girl's crying because she can't even pay the money. The Milagro girl, she begged the courts, like, I can't even pay the 70, the whatever and begged the stallion. She didn't care about what the money was. She says, now you defame my name, I have proof. So now that girl, how much money did they make her pay? Like a $500,000? And Cardi B, she got Tasha K for $4 million. And their public their bar is way higher. Bart is a private citizen. Kate is a private citizen. You talk shit about them, they can come sue you and win easy, just like that. And I told y'all what they're gonna do. The reason why that lawyer is doing what he's doing and got the FBI involved. And by the way, they found the guy, y'all, who did it. This dude is a weirdo, bro. I told y'all this. I did a video on this last night. A lot of y'all didn't see it because it was late. Let me tell y'all something, man. This guy right here, and I know y'all might feel away, but I don't condone this. This guy right here is the guy who sent that death threat, who sent those threats online to that girl. That's the Facebook guy right there. This guy was he's a convicted sex offender. These are the type of people y'all got running on the internet. That's running behind these accounts. These are the people that y'all have on the internet that's running around these accounts. So what they doing is they're saying, Bart and them lawyers are saying, hey man, because these content creators are going off a false narrative, false audio, false narrative, and coming on the internet saying this, that, this about all these different people, the judge and all these other people, that's causing these people to get death threats. They found this dude, let me tell y'all something. This dude got multiple sex offenders. He's a life registered sex offender. He had just been released in 2023. He just been released. This dude right here on y'all screen, bro. And when I say leader, I mean girl, y'all. Whenever I say leader, I mean girl. Like, you know, like a 10 leader. The girl was a 13 leader. This dude a stone cold sex offender, bro. And these are the type of people y'all got roaming on social. That's why I tell y'all, and most folks be running around here acting like they know people. They don't. I even showed y'all last night. I got the goddamn messages he sent the girl. What a disgraceful individual. And it doesn't matter. And see, people don't deserve this, but I showed y'all this. And I got the article for when he was arrested. Think about this. And to the black barber who says protected, no, I'm protecting anybody who don't deserve to have a sex offender on their helmet. This dude is a convicted life sex offender. He tried to pull a 13 liter in his car, expose himself to a 13 liter. This ain't got nothing to do with white or black, man. That's disgusting. Right? Would you want that to happen to your daughter? Have some dignity, decency, honor, and respect about yourself. These are the messages he sent. And to the person who says, what does that have to do with us? You're not listening. I'm going to tell you what it has to do with you. But if you listen, you'll understand. Because people are using fake edited audio and reacting to that. And because people are reacting off of falsified information that's not included in the real investigation, it is causing anger and rage within the community, which is in turn causing people to send these people threats that these people on YouTube are talking about. So what they don't understand is now, because the feds are involved, the feds come and they charge the content creators with cyber stalking crimes and internet bullying crimes, which each video can get you up to 5 years in federal prison. Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. Excuse me, you keep talking about cover up, man. We don't even listen. First of all, you have to get out of that mentality. Let me say something to you, man. You have to get out of that mentality, because before you say somebody covered something up, we haven't even seen the case file yet. We haven't even seen the case file. I want y'all to think about this, right? Usual. I want to eyes 1300. I salute to you, baby. I got love for you. Okay, I don't know you, but I got love for you. I want to explain something to you. I want to break it down to you in layman's terms. If you go to McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger and you say, man, that cheeseburger ain't shit, and you ain't even ate the cheeseburger yet. Listen to what I just said to you, man. Hold on, man. Eyes 1300. Just listen to what I'm saying to you so you can understand, right? If you go to McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger and you sit down and wait for them to fix that cheeseburger, Before you even get that cheeseburger, if you talking shit like, man, that cheeseburger ain't no good, you ain't even eat the cheeseburger yet. How can you say it's no good? You haven't even eaten the cheeseburger yet. So what's my point? Here's my point. You're not listening. You keep talking about scared. It's not about being scared. You keep talking about that. That's your problem. Nobody's talking scared talk. It's a difference between scared and stupid. Period. I'm going to say it again. It's a difference between scared and stupid. Being scared is not want to talk about this at all. I come talk about it every day. Being stupid is coming out accusing somebody of murder, and they don't even have the official case files out to show the cause of death. See, you can be stupid and set yourself up. I'm going to say it again. You can be stupid and set yourself up for ultimate failure by just saying dumb shit. Think about that. You just be a brave crash dummy. That's what they'll call you. Right? Niggas in the street do this every day. Yeah, nigga, I don't care, nigga. I'ma stand on business and bust my cap, nigga. I'm going out in the blaze. Do that make them smart or make them stupid? It's a lot of niggas in prison right now, man, that wish they took those decisions back they made. 20 years later, they say, damn, I was stupid as hell to do that shit, bro. I was crash out doing dumb shit. I wasn't even thinking. I didn't even care. I was just in my element. But when somebody talks common sense to you, you have a problem. Ma'am, you keep talking about all these things. I'm not talking about this, ma'am. You're not listening. You're not listening, ma'am. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you, ma'am. None of this stuff that you're talking about has been verified or not verified. You're talking crazy talk from YouTube. We have not seen the case file. Let me say something. It is insane for you to listen to anybody on the internet when the parents are out here telling you they don't know what's going on. If Nolan's own parents are crying, saying they don't even have no answers, how the fuck do anybody else got answers? Period. Ma'am, some of y'all need to be evaluated. Along with Tatum. Along with Tatum. It's called stinking thinking, y'all. Once again, how can I accuse anybody of murder if we don't even have the official autopsy report or toxicology back? Think about this. And people say, it's obvious he was killed. Hold on, bro. What if Ben Crump comes out and says, hey, y'all, he wasn't killed? What are you going to say? All your slander. Then what are you going to say? Ben Crump is not even saying he was murdered. Ben Crump is saying, look, we want a fair, impartial investigation, and we will accept whatever the results are of a fair, impartial investigation. That's what Ben Crump is saying. But all of you buffoons are saying something different. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Let me say this again. You don't even know if they've been arrested. You don't know if anybody's been arrested in pertaining to this situation. You're not down there at the police station. Somebody said, bro, stop it. No, you stop it. I'm tired of people being stupid. I'm tired of this shit. It's a bunch of stupidity going on around in the community, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's stupidity going on around here, and I'm sick of it. People just running around here on dumb time. You cannot make people have common sense in this world we live in. The police report is sealed. We haven't even seen the autopsy or the toxicology yet to know how he died, and people trying to tell you how he died. That wasn't there. Don't know nobody. Just on YouTube talking. Tatum don't know shit. He running his mouth. He ain't privy to the case information. He already got exposed when he talked about lie detector tests. They don't know. So you'll know when they give us information. That's when we'll be able to decipher what is going on. Because once we get that official casework, we'll find out who, if anybody, been arrested, who's been investigated, where the investigation went, what it looks like. I don't understand why people don't have common sense. It doesn't make, I really need y'all to think about this. If Nolan Wells' parents, and Ben Crump do not know how he died. And if the state has the autopsy now, but has not released that or the toxicology yet, because it's still an ongoing investigation, how can anybody even talk about whether he was murdered or not? You can't just go on YouTube and say, yeah, I know it was. No, you don't. You don't know. You don't know. We haven't even seen the case files. We haven't even seen the evidence that Ben Crump investigators say that they have. We haven't even seen it. And he came out yesterday and said that they have some evidence that they want to share and change evidence. Period. Think about what I just said to y'all. So that's why I said you got top flight security of the world, a guy like Officer Tatum, who's running around here talking shit about money, but he's on YouTube getting money talking about this case. Hypocrite. Right? None of these people, none of us have any information on what's going on behind the scenes. Don't y'all know arrests could have already been made and we don't even know it? The cops easily could have picked somebody up and taken them downtown and arrested them. We don't even know it. We don't even know. You just talking shit on YouTube. You don't even know. Why? Because the case has been sealed. Right? The case has been sealed. Even the parents don't know. Right? This is the same as Celeste Rivas' case. What happened with the Celeste Rivas case? Her family found out all the details when they brought the findings to a grand jury for it. That's when her family found all the details of what they found in their investigation. I don't know what people are talking about. So I'm saying, hold your judgment until at least we find with the official autopsy, toxicology, and what they're saying. And then if you don't agree with that, I understand. Okay, cool. But how the fuck can we say anything and we haven't seen that yet? That makes no sense. Only a fool would say this. So the person who said Nick and Long missing is not missing. They have it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See, this is, again, misinformation on YouTube. Heather Williams, 3977. Misinformation. That Nick and Long is not missing. The state has that. They have, and obviously they held that for a reason. They're investigating. They have the first right. Most people don't get 2 autopsies, man. So the first people who do the autopsy, when they're focusing on certain areas, they have these. Stop lying to people on the internet. Oh, it's missing the nick in the throat. They're lying. It's not missing. They literally have told you, Ben Crump has told you it's not missing. Why are people lying on the internet? It is normal. What are you talking about? You're not listening. It's not normal. It's not normal to have 2 autopsies. If you look at the percentage of autopsies for one person, it's normally 1 autopsy. So if we had a percentage of all the people in the United States of America that had 2 autopsies, it's maybe lower than 5%. I'm not being paid by nobody. I'm telling you the truth. Who are you talking about? You're lying on the internet talking about who's paying me. You listen to fools on the internet who got weed hanging out their head off a string and got to put a wrap around their head to cover that shit up. You listening to dudes that run around talking about they ain't capping, but all they saying is, for real, don't know what the hell they talking about. These are the people y'all listening to. I'm telling you, common sense. Common sense. Ben Crump has came out and told y'all that this stuff is not missing. They have that because they're examining that because of their investigation. That's normally what would happen. It's not normal that they would give a body to somebody else at that time. So I'm telling y'all this. Excuse me, ma'am. I talk on my own channel. People come talk to me. So when you ask me why I worry about people on YouTube, because people come talk to me on my channel when I'm talking about something, so they're going to get ethered. If you don't like it, leave. You ain't got to sit your ass around here. You can go follow the weave right to the courthouse. And when they get their ass sued, don't come back and tell me, hey, man, Chicky, you was right, man. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm telling you this. Y'all, I don't understand what's wrong with y'all people, man. Bro, it's sad, man. Tatum is sad. All these people lose their mind, and I can understand, y'all, if there was case information that had been officially released to the public. There have been no official information released not only to the public, but not even to the family. How the hell can you dissect something when there's no official evidence that's been released? This is what I keep telling y'all. The entire case is under seal. All this shit people talking about on the internet is bullshit. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. The mama and daddy don't even know. Do you think that if they thought them people on YouTube was talking sense, the mama and daddy wouldn't be begging for information? What in the blue hell is wrong with people? All that shit they talking about on the internet, unverified. It will not be in a court. Don't you think if any of these people had information, they would be in the case? Cut it out. Boy, I tell y'all this, man. I tell y'all this, man. To the person who said the recording that was leaked, it wasn't leaked. The Ceto company released an original audio. Did y'all see Nancy Grace last night? Nancy Grace was getting cooked on that shit last night because Nancy Grace, and I told y'all the lawyers gonna sue Nancy Grace too. Y'all gonna see when Ben Crump's team come back with that audio, y'all gonna see that that shit was a lie too. But then when you come to me, make sure you come put some fucking respect on my name. Because I told y'all that girl, she changed that audio, man. It had different digital footprints. Y'all thought I was lying, just hating. I ain't lying. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. So that's why I told y'all, these people don't even want to listen to Ben Crump. Ben Crump has not said anything about a murder. But these people on the internet are talking about murder. Where are they getting this from? Ben Crump is literally telling y'all, yo, we ain't getting no information. How the fuck is people on the internet getting information on YouTube that they ain't nowhere near the investigation? Think about this, y'all. They don't even know who's been downtown, who hasn't been downtown, who's been investigated, who hasn't been investigated. Truck and Cole, I'm not tripping. I'm telling the truth. Truck and Cole, a truck and CeeLo. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, brother. Do you know who's been downtown? Do you know names of anybody who's been investigated or not? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put you on spot today. Do you know anybody who's been downtown or been investigated in this case? I'm gonna ask you a question right now. You don't know. I don't know. Capping ass Tatum don't know. They all full of shit. Nigga, the parents don't know. The parents don't know. So how am I tripping, brother man? If the parents don't know, Tatum don't know, I don't know, how do you know? Because Weezy Wonder told you so? Is that why? Because Weezy Wonder told you so? I'm asking you, man. I'm asking you. I'll wait for it. I'm asking you. He ain't got no answer. This is common sense, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I could understand. That nigga look like a low budget Aaron Hall, but I could understand. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I could truly understand, y'all, if the evidence had been released and y'all didn't accept the evidence that's been released. Ain't no evidence been released yet. I could understand if they had released evidence and then people question the evidence they released. They haven't released anything yet. They haven't released anything. Think about this. Think about what I'm telling y'all. So when I tell y'all this, what evidence have they released? Answer the question. Ben Crump and them telling y'all, bro, we haven't even got no evidence from them yet. They've sealed their investigation. Think about what I just told y'all. Now, it's two Weezy Wonders running around here. Period. But as I told y'all this, and I'm going to say it again, right? And I'm just being honest with you guys. Everybody keep trying to be internet detectives, but the truth is, with this case, no information have been released. None. The parents don't even got it. So how can niggas be mad at me for telling the truth? Because they want you to guess? You can't play with people's lives like that and guess. What if a nigga guessed when you were in court? What if you go to court and because you got a tattoo that says Killer G, and the judge think, oh, you got to, okay, yeah, guilty. And he guessed. You'll be fucked up, right? All right then. This is why I say I could understand if people would question the evidence if the evidence was released. No evidence have been released. What is there to criticize when we don't have no evidence released yet? Right? None. At least let us see what they say first before we criticize what comes out. Right? Real talk. They haven't even given a cause of death. The state knows it now, but we just don't know it yet. To the person who says how long it takes a grand jury, you never know. It depends on how long it takes the investigation. Look at Celeste Rivas' case, bro. How long did they investigate David before they took that case to a grand jury? They investigated David probably for like a year, 2 years. They had to get it right. Now look, they went to court, and now David's probably he's probably getting a death penalty, bro. With all the shit they got. And y'all act like people can just investigate shit overnight and solve shit. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Sometimes an investigation takes a while because it may be bigger than what you think it is. It may be a bigger situation than what you think it is. So once again, all these people who say, oh, Tigger, they just dragging their feet. Nigga, if they would have did a quick investigation, y'all would have criticized them then and said, oh, man, they did a bullshit investigation, man. They wasn't serious. No, they're doing a thorough. And by them taking their time, they complain about them taking their time. Right? I haven't even heard Ben Crump complaining about them taking their time. Ben Crump is just saying, look, man, we want transparency. Ben Crump has done what he's supposed to do. But see how people will go against you just for telling the truth on YouTube, y'all? Literally, I came here and told y'all the truth. Like, I don't know. Oh, you trying to protect the white man? No, I'm not. I don't know any of those people involved. And F Tatum, too. I'm just telling you guys that if you have common sense, what should tell you, let's wait to see what they're saying first before we challenge what they put out. How can you challenge something that hasn't even been put out by them? That's what I'm saying to y'all, right? That's like telling you that a sandwich is bad and you ain't even never tasted. How can you tell me a sandwich is bad and you never tasted it before? Oh, I know that shit is bad, nigga. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Right? Shout out to my girl Carol in the building. She said the truck T-boned me. My case took 3.5 years. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. These people don't know what they're investigating. We don't know if they found videos all around there and that they're using these videos to search or track down people. Because they said that they wanted you. We don't know if they got videos from all the businesses. We don't know if they're doing cell phone tower information. We don't know. Yes, every second minute counts. But here's the thing. When you're doing an investigation like that, you want to get it right. You want to make sure that you investigate thoroughly and get it right. You don't know. We don't know what they're doing. Think about this, y'all. Think about how long it's taking them to put cases together. Think about it. Some of these cases have taken a while to get put together. Nigga, it took them 30 years to get the Tupac shit in court. I'm just saying. So before they put out the information, how can I say anything when the parents, Ben Crump can't even come out and say the boy was killed? You will be a fool. If Ben Crump is on your side, He's the civil attorney. He knows the law. And he's not coming out saying somebody was murdered. How the hell can anybody else in the black community say, hey, man, no, I know for a fact he was. Are you out your mind? You don't know for a fact. You haven't even seen his official autopsy report or toxicology. Again, you said, can we say it cannot be knowing investigation by? No, I'm saying what I'm saying to you is this. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Eat nice, eat nice. I'm saying this. The fact that Ben Crump is involved, we know that investigation is moving forward. Ben Crump coming in sounded the alarms and made everybody have to work on the up and up because the whole world is watching. They can't throw no bullshit at us right now. They have to do it for real. That's the thing about Ben Crump being here. So while people are complaining, Ben Crump is making sure they do their job. And what else is Ben Crump doing? He's staying in the news and in the media to make sure he keeps pressure on these people. That's what he's doing. Every move Ben Crump has made has been smart. Period. You said let's get off that and get on what happened. We can't get on what happened until we get information, sir. We don't have the information from the official investigation. You cannot speculate. That's the thing. When you're talking about private citizens, you cannot speculate and say, hey, man, I think they murdered. Once again, because you saying your opinion is slander against a private citizen who has not been charged with murder, who has not been convicted of murder. Period. Right? Think about what I just said to you. Think about what I just said. Right? So, my brother, this is why I'm saying this to you, bro. Respectfully. I don't think people really understand or want to understand when you come on the internet and tell the truth. People don't want to hear that. If people mad, they want you to tell them, hey, man, they did that shit and that's it. They don't care. They don't care. To the person who says Trump said they didn't get the phones, that's a lie. What are you talking about? Crump and them got the phones. You people are lying. You're literally lying. Crump has Nolan's phone. What are you talking about? You're T-money up. You're literally telling a lie. Crump has them people's phones. You are literally telling a lie. Crump has that boy's phone. They have Nolan's phone. What are you talking about? He's already stated that they have Nolan's phone and that they're going to share the phone with the police all together. You said the boys, ma'am, they don't need to have the boys' phones. Who are you talking about? We don't know if they got them or not, but they don't need to have the boys' phones. You know why they don't need to have the boys' phones? Because all they got to do is go down to the phone company and subpoena their records. That's it. I don't need your phone. All I need is your number and to subpoena your records, ma'am. See, because you can erase shit out your phone. You can't erase shit from those records. Period. Right? Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. Right? So when you say that, that shit don't matter. All they need to do is go, because them going and getting your files is even worse. Them going to get your files is even worse. Because once they go to the phone company, they can get everything. They can get all your text messages, everything. They can subpoena WhatsApp, and get all your Snapchat. See, y'all think because y'all erase shit is over with. When the feds come, you done, son. People think if I put something on Snapchat and it erases, ain't nobody gonna see it. Nah, it's called a system and a server. They can pull up all how you think they can pull up that shit on the Snapchat and what you call the servers now? To the person who said, did he drown? We don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out soon. Right? And to the person who said, well, Crump is making money, bro, everybody's making money in the United States of America. That's why Tatum is full of shit. Tatum is making money talking about the case. So what he doing? Like, share, subscribe.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.